Hello. How are you today, sir? Hola. Hold, please. Gotta make sure my phone doesn't die so I can pull up the chat on my YouTube because I don't have my second monitor because obviously I'm not at home. I have my. All right, you know what, Jax? I will literally block you. I will literally block you. Ah! Oh, did you see what happened to my glasses? Did you see what happened to my glasses? The leg. Really? What brought you to that conclusion? Just a hunch? Mm. For my best friend, yes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All jokes. Okay. Ah, Birdie. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. Navy stuff. Okay. So, crash course for those who are not watching or who basically don't have my TikTok and or Instagram and or Facebook. So, like, I feel like there's a lot of misinformation on that. I feel like that's not actually what's going to happen. I feel like it's just, a lot of misinformation. Because here's the thing. TikTok's been basically almost banned 4 times now. Like once a year for the last 4 years, I'm pretty sure. And every single time, they are just like, oh my god, TikTok's getting banned. Like it's a whole thing, and then it never happens. So I'm just really reluctant to believe that TikTok might actually be getting banned right now because that could also be me in denial. If it is happening, that could just be me in denial because of the fact that literally all I ever do is scroll on TikTok. Like I doom scroll so bad. Like, okay. So, Crash Course. For those who, 90% of my viewers who basically don't have me on any other social media except for YouTube. Um, I just recently sworn into the Navy. I am going in June, and which means I'm gonna be in the military, which means for a good 18 to 20 weeks, I am not going to be active and I'm going to be very low posting for a very long time because obviously I'm going to be in the Navy. I'm not going to be able to really post, especially in basic training in my MOS school. But today, about doom scrolling on TikTok. What's up, Smurf? Um, so today when I was doom scrolling on TikTok, I, my friend Maddie sent me a TikTok and it was about what women should expect in basic training and just like some like fair warnings, things like that. Like the usual. And ever since then, my entire TikTok For You page has just been about basic training. What to expect, what to do, what not to do, what to bring, what not to bring, how to contact someone if they're in basic training, what your basic training is going to look like, this, that, beyond, yada, yada, right? And I found this one TikToker who is in the Navy and he talks a lot. Really funny thing, actually. I'm about to get into this. So literally, my hair's a mess. Like, I hate this, like, one little piece that's just sticking up. Like, this, do you ever have, like, so, because you have long hair like me, I feel like we have about the same length of hair. Um, Do you ever have like a little piece in the back of your head? Because we both have pin straight hair that just like sticks up like this. Like, look at this. It gets no, especially when you wake up. Oh, oh, thank you, Smart. Continue. Right. It's like it's. I forgot ladybugs get up here a lot. There's like four ladybugs. There's like four ladybugs in this room, like right here where my finger's at. There's a ladybug. You can see it crawling over the wall. But no, like when I wake up in the morning, like this one little strand of hair is just like sticking up like that, and I'm just like, bro, like it's literally like the biggest punch to the ego ever. I'm just like, my hair is always so cute, so pretty. I pride myself on my hair, and then, but anyway, that's gonna get clipped. You don't know how to put your hair back. I'm gonna brush my hair because I have my hairbrush like literally right here. It's so old, but I do not care. But anyways, I would hope so, Jax. You have long hair just like me, so. But anyways, my hair tangles way too easily to be able to comb. But this is what I hate about my glasses. Ever since the leg broke, it like will not stay on my ear for nothing. So if I do this, my glasses leg will just pop off my ear, and then I just. My no, I was literally minding my business, sitting exactly how I am right now, and the leg just right off, and I'm just like, okay, well, um, anyways, so I was like literally doom scrolling on this dude's page, like just watching all of his videos about like basic training and whatnot and stuff like that. And it was really funny. And I started looking at the comments because one of his pinned videos on his page was just like the first night at basic. And it's like you feel like you just went to sleep and then all of a sudden like the lights turn right back on and like your drill sergeants or whatever are like yelling at you to like to get up. And now for the purpose, because I know that in different branches drill sergeants are referred to different things or referred to like MTIs and stuff like that. So, but for this purpose, I'm just going to say drill sergeants. Everyone will know what I'm talking about. And I've realized that it is a universal experience through all of the branches of the military that almost every single drill sergeant that gets people through basic are just unhinged. Like, extremely unhinged. And I don't understand. One story, a couple stories I remember actually was I'm actually gonna pull up the TikTok and I'm gonna scroll through comments and read this because it's hilarious. I've been wearing them since the first grade. Glasses getting fifth grade for me. Not the same frame, but I've had to obviously up my prescription a lot because my vision is got worse over time. But one video, on that video, I remember one comment said that the drill sergeants played the purge music, the purge siren over the intercom, and then that person got woken up by a flying trash can lid. And I very quickly realized that all throughout the branches, because there was Marines, Air Force, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, all of it. I very quickly realized that these drill sergeants are just so, like, bored. Like, they're the boredest MFs on the face of the planet. That their entire life goal basically is to just be the most unhinged as humanly possible. And it is hilarious. So, okay, so this is where I have my live comments. So I'm just letting everyone know now that I'm not going to be able to see my comments for a second. We're going to pull up TikTok and SPC underscore Breck in video. We're going to look through this dude's comments on this video. One moment. I have to go back and look for a second. I can't find it. Where's it at? His pinned videos are not showing up for some reason. Okay? We'll look back later. But yeah, no, I know one of them was saying, so I've realized that a lot of people before reveal, Reveille, or however people will pronounce it, it's pronounced a lot of different ways. I say Reveille. Before Reveille, um, people have their bodies have learned to wake up before the drill sergeants come in, and they say that they'll wake up like 15 minutes before the drill sergeant comes in, and they just feel this sense of impending doom, like just watching the silhouettes. And especially people on Firewatch. Firewatch is something. It's like a 1 hour shift. It's like two people. You mop, you sweep, you make sure nobody's escaping and whatnot. Just, you know. And there's two stories. One of them was this person woke up. They were woken up before Reveille. And the drill sergeant like slowly crept past them and goes, shh, and then just keeps going before they flip on the lights and start screaming at everyone. And the second video, is one time these people decided to take out the light bulb. So the drill sergeants threw a flashbang into the room to wake them up. The drill sergeants threw a flashbang into the room to wake them up. There has been times where people have said that they have fallen asleep at attention because they thought that they had to be at attention for everything. And I'm just like, dude, basic training sounds like the most unhinged, terrifying, but fun experience that anyone could ever go through. Like my recruiter, he was telling me that my RDCs are going to be like the most memorable people in my entire experience when it comes to like all the basic and stuff like that. And I'm just like, they're gonna be screaming in my face the entire time. I'm gonna get called a knucklehead. I'm gonna get called a knucklehead 5 seconds into stepping off the bus. What? A chucklehead? Also, I did hear you briefly talk about the TikTok ban. I don't think it's going to be banned. I think it's going to be bought out by some American company, or maybe it won't pass the bill or whatever. So that's exactly what I'm thinking because there's been so many other times that this happened that literally I just feel like it's the internet being the internet. Well, anyways, so I'm not scared for basic, but I'm also scared for basic because like okay, I have to put on mascara. Good lord, I feel like a naked mole rat. So my makeup. Let me get my school bag because I keep my mascara in here. Anyways, so I kid you not, when I said that the amount of stories I've heard about there was this one story about basic training. I don't remember where it came from, but there was this one story I heard about basic training, and it was just like they were. Oh, thank God, I grabbed my good one. I'm sorry, I have two of these because these things run out very fast, and one of them, the tip, like the because it's a chisel tip, the tip started fraying out, meaning I literally cannot do my eyeliner with it because like it'll like run little lines. Anyways, I just had to blink. Stop that. But like this dude brought a shark costume to basic and was wearing the shark costume. And I thought that was really funny because I'm just like, because you could see one of the other guys walk in, and it's just like, you better take that off before drill sergeant sees you. And that other dude that I was talking about, like the first night in basic thing, it was so funny because he tells you about what to expect in basic training, and sorry, I'm using my phone camera. He tells you what to expect in basic training, and this man has reiterated not once, not twice, but 3 times in 3 separate videos to not steal the peanut butter packets. And now in basic, there's something called getting smoked. And getting smoked essentially is just where they make you do like these certain exercises so much until you throw up. And so there's getting cooked, which is just them chewing you out and yelling at you, and then there's getting smoked, which is where they work you till you puke. And you gotta learn the difference because getting cooked means you're just getting screamed at. Getting smoked is throwing up from exercise, from what I've learned. And yeah, they're brewing that stomach acid whatever you ate at the PCX or whatever the PDX or whatever it's called. You throw up stomach acid. Yeah, that's why people with eating disorders. That's why eating disorders, especially things like anorexia and stuff like that, are so bad because okay, that looks a lot better. People who don't eat and force themselves to throw up, they're essentially just throwing up the contents of their stomach. And if there's something in your stomach and you're forcing yourself to throw up, you're throwing up stomach acid. So it's not good. It's not good at all, actually. This is my bag. It's what I got from when I got sworn in. Because my other one broke, so I used the one I got from the Navy. So everyone's like, oh my god, you're in the Navy? And I'm just like, technically. I'm not officially in the Navy until I get done at basic and they take the recruit cap off of me and they put on the actual cap, like the cover. Lizzie sound. But anyways, so this dude has reiterated 3 times not to steal the peanut butter packets. And I remember commenting, I have a feeling that his company got absolutely cooked from someone stealing the peanut butter packets. Because if it's so bad that this man has made a comment over it 3 times not to take the peanut butter packets, someone either got smoked or someone got cooked. One of the two. Which is not good. No bueno, you know? Because the last thing you want is to be that guy. Because one thing I've learned about basic is your mistake is everyone else's mistake. They work very heavy on teamwork. Like you will be surprised at how much research I've done in basic training about basic training. I know someone who literally just left for basic today. And I know people who have been through basic. And then I'm going through basic, so I'm doing a lot of research on what to expect. You know? Because it's just like, what am I about to go into? Because I'm 5'5", 160 pounds. I'm considered small to most people. I'm not small. I'm not overweight, but I'm not athletic. So, long story short, but I got into a really bad bike wreck really long time ago, and it messed up my wrists. And for a really long time, I did not do a lot of physical activity involving my wrists, meaning no push-ups. And I used to be able to do push-ups, actually. Yeah, when I was younger, before the bike wreck, I used to actually be able to get a couple push-ups in. And especially like in my freshman year, when I wish I weighed 31, 31, Jesus Christ. Um, but freshman year, I was still healing because it happened like right before freshman year happened. So, my wrists obviously healed weird and things like that. So obviously they were still a little weak. And so I wasn't able to do a lot of physical activity for a really long time. And even now, that still affects me. I can't do a push up to save my life. Like, I cannot do a push up whatsoever. And that is embarrassing because I've learned that they put you through a PT test when you get there, and that determines um, how long you're going to be staying, basically. You keep failing your PT test, they're going to put you through intensive training called ITing you. They're going to IT you, which is intensive training, and they're going to make sure you pass that test. But that also means it knocks you back a couple of weeks, more than likely, because the longer you take in being IT'd, the longer you have to stay. I'm sorry, I'm holding my AirPod case playing with it. But the longer you have to stay in basic, meaning, let's say I cannot pass my test. I cannot. And they keep ITing me, and I just can't do it. Either they're going to start making my company stay back until I can get done doing those push-ups, or I'm just going to get held back a good couple of weeks. Also, by the way, I should pick it really good. Like, bro. So I have to be able to make, I'm pretty sure, we're going to fact check the book. I was given this pamphlet. It's called the Start Guide. Ignore how bad the top of this folder is. I'm using this folder as like school folder too. But I have a clipboard in my bag that like bends down on this folder a lot, so it's great. This is my Navy Start Guide. This tells me everything I need to know about the Navy. Like everything I need to know. It's got that new book smell. I love it. It smells like a magazine. I just accidentally leaked my name. Let's find it. So basically, like, this is RTC, things like that. We're gonna find how much I have to do. So I have to find the physical section. Oh. It literally tells me what I'm gonna be doing in basic. So we're gonna go through this for a second. Week 1. Paperwork is completed during the first week, and the following are provided to recruits: examinations, physical, medical, and dental, vaccinations, haircuts, not me. I get to pull my stuff back. I'm never cutting my hair again. Let me tell you, I don't understand why I don't understand why any of my friends supported the short hair era. I used to have hair down to right here. So my hair literally used to be a bob like this. This used to be what my hair looked like. It used to literally touch my shoulders, and it looked so bad. Don't worry, I was like I had shoulder length hair, and who in their right mind would let me do that? I don't know. Like whoever told me it looked good was lying, first of all. Haircuts, uniform issuance, orientation brief. We will also drill march and attend Navy classes. 2 to 3 introductions. I will be introduced to naval history, military customs and courtesies, general military and professional knowledge classes, personnel and material inspections, watch standing, and physical training. 3rd class swim qualification. Take their first academic test and participate in a simulation of a shipboard emergency while they work as a team. Now, Jax, do you want to know a really, really funny fact about me? I can't swim. I'm that type of person that if you put me in water that I can't feel the bottom of, I will just sink. I will sink like a rock. It's not fun. I don't know why, but like I literally just cannot swim no matter how hard I try. The worst part? Let me flip to it. Let me flip to the page where it tells me about the swim classes. Here it is. Upon arrival at RTC, you must pass a physical fitness assessment, PFA. Time to teach you. It is imperative that while you're in the delayed entry program, you take the advantage of all the physical training opportunities. Which means basically, okay, so with the delayed entry program, that's what I am because, you know, I have not yet finished high school and things like that. And so delayed entry just basically means I'm going to be doing that after. Because most of it would be done like later in the, like earlier in the year, like me. Um, versus, not later, but earlier in the year versus me, I'm later in the year. So I'm delayed entry because I'm more one of the delayed people. And during the delayed entry, we have meetings, and during those meetings that we will have like training opportunities and things like that. Basic training, yada yada. Where's it at? Swim qualifications. I'm just gonna read this excerpt. Within 2 weeks of your arrival at RTC, you must pass the test for swimmer third class, which is the Navy standard swim test. Your test will be conducted in a monitored, controlled environment by some of the world's best swimmers, including Navy SEALs and Olympic swimmers. You do not know how to swim, you will receive training. Failure to achieve water survival qualifications will result in intensive remedial swim training for up to 3 weeks. Failure of remedial training may result in the loss of a guaranteed program. Anyways, 4 to 6, hands-on. Recruits will continue attending general military and professional knowledge. I will learn knot tying and line handling, firefighting training, and first aid techniques. Drill. I didn't know drill. Drill team strong. Oh yeah. Firearms training. Firearms. Pew pew. Second academic test. Physical training. 7, evaluation, drill, personnel inspections, physical training, firefighter assessment, line handling assessment, weapons assessment. Great on the weapons assessment. Battle stations. I have heard people refer to the battle station week in the Navy as the Navy's Hell Week, and that's scary. I'm just going to read you what it says. Weeks of intense training are put to the test during the final training exercise known as battle stations. Using the very latest technology, recruits are tested in a variety of shipboard scenarios that require the sum of their knowledge and ability. Battle stations are the final test to determine if the new recruit is ready to join the fleet. To be successful in battle stations, as in the fleet, recruits need to employ teamwork. Here they understand that no matter how difficult the task, with teamwork it can be accomplished. When battle station is finished, recruits celebrate their first major milestone in the Navy service. During a ceremony befitting their accomplishment, they will remove the recruit ball caps and replace them with one that lets them be recognized as a sailor in the U.S. Navy. Hell Week already sounds good. Oh, no, because the Navy SEALs Hell Week, they wake up on Sunday and don't get to sleep until Friday. Hey, yeah, don't be a Navy SEAL. Week 9, Junior Sailor. Physical training and final preparation for official physical assessment, physical fitness assessment, professional development classes, small unit leadership classes, and fleet and shipboard living classes, and then graduation. So week 10 is basically just making sure we're all ready for graduation and whatnot. Let's see. This is just a list of things like that. Oh! Guess what we have to do? No, I already know we have to do swimming. See, when I left middle school, I thought I would be done with the PACER test. That I would never have to hear the FitnessGram PACER test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test, yada yada. Physical aerobic cardiovascular endurance run, PACER. Upon arrival to RTC, following in-processing phase, recruits must take a PACER test. Performance on the PACER establishes propensity to pass the official physical assessment and helps recruit division commanders, instructors, and athletic trainers, staff identify current level of fitness and optimize future performance throughout the basic. After this, the test begins with push-ups and planks. I love that. As soon as I get there, I love that. FitnessGram PACER test, my brother found that meme so funny. It's not a meme. It's actually something that exists. It's literally something that actually exists. The FitnessGram PACER test is legitimately in middle school. They would, I don't know if this is what my school did, but the PACER test for us, they had us line up on one side of the gym, and it would ding at us, and then we'd run to the other side, and it'd be like 1, and then it'd ding again. We'd run to the other side. 2, ding, 3, ding, 4, ding, 5, and we'd keep going back and forth, back and forth. After the pacer test begins, recruit will line up on a line and run relays to a timed beep. My middle school did it how the military does it. Oh, there's a ladybug on me. They run as many as they can before time runs out. If they fail to meet the minimum requirement, they are enrolled in a Sailorization Toughness Evaluation preparation step and will have 3 more opportunities to pass. If their crew still don't pass after the 3rd attempt, they will be set back 1 week. Once they pass the pacer, they'll be given the RDC assessment, which consists of push-ups, planks, and a 1.5-mile run. A 90-second buffer will be given during this test. For example, the Appleman requirement is 12 minutes and 15 seconds to pass the official physical assessment. But with the buffer, they can score 13:45 seconds to pass, and if a recruit fails to test twice, they will be set back 2 to 3 weeks and enrolled in a prep. If they pass, they will take the OFPA after battle stations. Approximately 1 week before graduation for the OFPA, they must pass every part of the PRT or at or above a satisfactory medium score. Duck approved, you got this. Also, I think I saw you lost your sanity live. Yeah. I'm realizing I'm putting into chronological order what I need to expect. Navy terminology, I know that one. Officer rank structure. Warrant officer. Ship types. Fixed wing. Rotary wing. Do you know what a fixed wing aircraft is, Jax? A fixed wing aircraft is like your airplanes and jets. Rotary wings are helicopters. Because fixed wings, meaning they don't move. They'll probably have like little sections on the end that move to help like with aerodynamics versus rotary wings. So you have fixed wings. You have attack, cargo, electronic warfare, fighter, multipurpose, special test, permanent, patrol, reconnaissance, trainer, utility, and experimental. And what you're probably used to hearing is like the like the F-15, like those things. That's a fixed wing aircraft. Versus rotary wing would be something like attack, cargo, rescue / help, multi-role, reconnaissance, anti-submarine, trainer, utility, and VIP transport. VIP transport will be like the Nighthawk. It supports the executive transport for the U.S. president. I know one called the Blackhawk. They're all usually called like hawks, like Cobra Attack, Viper Attack, Sea Knight, Sea Stallion, Rescue Hawk, Seahawk, Nighthawk. Yeah. If you're gonna be Navy, you have a lot coming your way. Tenacity test, strength up, and test. Top 1% of the world. You're excited for it. Let's put it that way. Let me see. So the really fun thing about me is because of the fact that I was in a JROTC program, I'm gonna start off 3 ranks above most people who wouldn't. So while everyone else would be starting out as a seaman recruit, I would just be starting off as seaman. But once I finish my MOS school, I'll be a petty officer 3rd class. So by the time I would be 18 years old at a PO3, which most times it takes like 9 months to rank up. Share with us why you're willing into the Navy. Oh, why I'm willing to enter the Navy? Okay. Okay, guys. Here's why I joined the Navy. I can't go to college. Don't got the money for college. Navy will put me through the college. Without college, I can't get a good job. Navy puts me through college and then guarantees me a 6-figure job with the job I picked in the Navy. So automatically, free college, good job, boom. I get a $10,000 bonus just for signing up as a senior. Free housing. When I'm on base, free housing. Let's see. And also because of the fact that I was gonna do Army, but because my dad was in the Army, but then I was just like, I'm in the Navy JROTC program. I already knew a lot of the information I would need to know, like sentry orders. Okay. I'm gonna set this right here. Okay. Just for clarification, there's the start guide, so you know I'm not looking at the start guide. Okay. Hands are up. Give me a random number 1 through 11. 7 to talk to no one except for in the line of duty. 6 to receive, obey, and pass on to the sentry who relieves me of all orders from the command officer, command duty officer, officer of the deck, and officers and petty officers of the watch only. 10 to salute all officers and colors and standards not cased. 1, you said? Okay, so 1 is take charge of this post and all government property in view. 3, to report all violations of orders I'm instructed to enforce. Quit my post only when properly relieved. That's the easy one to remember. You already said 6. To give the alarm in case of fire or disorder. To walk my post in a military manner, keeping always on the alert and observing everything that takes place within sight or hearing. You said 9. Call the officer of the deck in any case not covered by instructions. My favorite, to be especially watchful at night during the time for challenging, to challenge all persons on and near my post, and to allow no one to pass without proper authority. That was the first hard sentry order that I learned as a, say something real quick? That was the first hard sentry order that I learned as a sophomore. But all of that I learned in high school. I'm going to read all of the sentry orders out to you in order. There is 11 of them. Let me find it. So just so you know, I'm literally like, I'm correct. 1, to take charge of this post and all government property in view. 2, to walk my post in a military manner, keeping always on the alert and observing everything that takes place within sight or hearing. 3, to report all violations of orders I'm instructed to enforce. To repeat all calls from posts more distant from the guardhouse than I own. To quit my post only when properly relieved. To receive, obey, and pass on to the sentry who relieves me of all orders from the commanding officer, command duty officer, officer of the deck, and officers and petty officers of the watch only. To talk to no one except for in the line of duty. To give the alarm in case of fire or disorder. To call the officer of the deck in any case not covered by instructions. To salute all officers in colors and standards not cased. To be especially watchful at night during the time for challenging. Challenge all persons honored in my post and allow no one to pass without proper authority. I learned all of that in high school. And 11 is my favorite because it was the first hard one I learned as a sophomore in high school. And everyone was just like, you should go to Leadership Academy. So I'm required to know that because at any point they could ask me that question. More if they would be like, what's your first sentry order recruit? And I'd be like, let's say it's a chief. I'd be like, Chief, this recruit's first sentry order is to da 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 da. Chief. Or whatever. That was how I was taught to respond. If they don't like it, I'll get yelled at. But if let's say first day, I get there, they see I'm an automatic E3, right? They're gonna know that I probably had some type of something that lets me know. So they might test me. They might be like, recruit, what's your 11th sentry order? And let's say it's a chief. I'd be like, Chief, this recruit's 11th sentry order is to be especially watchful at night, blah, blah, blah. If they tell me not to be all extra with it and to just answer, I'd be like, yes, Chief. Because if there's one thing I learned, if there is one thing I have learned, it is that you never, ever refer to your drill sergeants or your whoever as ma'am or sir if they are not an officer. Because the first thing out of their mouth is going to be, don't call me ma'am or sir, I work for a living. And that is something I have heard a lot. My old petty officer, one of the instructors for my ROTC basically was just like, they will say this, if you call someone who's not an officer a ma'am or a sir, they're going to tell you not to because they work for a living. Because essentially it's basically just that the officers like sit on their butts all day or whatever. I don't know the exact reasoning behind it, but I know for a fact that I am not calling. If there's a chief standing in front of me, I'm going to refer to them as chief and not ma'am or sir. Because I don't feel like getting cooked on my first day. Like, I know better. I know better. I know better. I would feel like that. I'm used to calling people ma'am or sir in public. I am too. See, I was raised in the South. Born and raised. You can probably hear my little country accent because apparently people say it's heavy. But, okay, Jax. Okay. Love you, man. Yeah, no, so that's all I've learned the past couple of days because I got sworn in on Thursday. Last Thursday was when I raised my right hand, said the oath of enlistment, which I have to do it twice. There's the initial swearing and then there's the swearing. The initial swearing is basically you just making this promise that you're going to come back on your ship date and swear in again. Technically you can back out of this and you won't be charged with a felony. It is just, it will look very bad for you. Like, very, very bad. Like, as in, they're probably going to put it on your permanent record and you're going to have a really hard time looking for jobs later on because they're going to see that you were going to swear into the military, but then you backed out of that initial swear in. After you did that initial swear in, you backed out and they're going to think you're unreliable. Don't worry, your accent isn't heavy. I can hear it, but it's not the annoying type of accent. Mine comes out when I'm pissed, but it's rare. Mine only comes out with certain words. Like when I say my niece's name, they can hear it. Especially when I just start really talking and I start like really getting into something, you can kind of hear it every once in a while. But yeah. So there's two types of swear-ins. I just did my initial swearing, basically promising that in June I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be like, I solemnly swear, or you know, and I'm gonna do that oath again, like the whole thing. So I'm not backing out because literally this is the only path I have. Like otherwise, I'm not gonna get to go to college. I'm not gonna be able to get a good job. So Navy's all I got, and I tried Army. They didn't answer me because literally this was how it went: Army, Navy, Air Force. Those were my three top picks. I talked to the recruiter about the Army first, and they never really answered me back. The only ones who wanted me was the National Guard. I don't want the National Guard. Like, all respect to the National Guard, they still work just as hard, but I didn't want the National Guard. I wanted to go full fledged. Like, I wanted to go full fledged. I did not want the Marines because I'm not cut out to be a Marine. I am not cut out to be a Marine. So, I literally applied to, like, I texted the Army, Navy, and Air Force recruiters. I literally went out and found an Air Force recruiter. Navy was the only one who actually went and set up an actual appointment with me and followed up with that appointment. Like the Army recruiter wanted me to set up an appointment, but when I contacted them again about the days I could do it, I got ghosted. I'm just like, I bet Navy Tom. So, like, Marine is more my thing. Marine is more your thing, I have to say. Anyways, how long have I been streaming for? Probably, I'm probably gonna end my stream in about like 10 minutes, I'd say, because as you can see, I'm switching my AirPods back and forth because they're starting to die, and this is literally my microphone and headset at the same time. So, and also Lizzie came home. My bae came home, so. Okay. Well, actually, what time is it? It's 9:18. Never mind. I have uniform inspection in the morning. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Because it's late. I still need to shower. I still need to get my uniform out of my car and lay it out tomorrow morning. And what's not. Oh, another reason why I joined the Navy is because I'm used to the uniform. I literally wear it every Wednesday. Like, I'm wearing the official officer uniform tomorrow. The only difference between me and an actual officer is I have a pin on my collar that says JROTC. But, anyways, I'm going to go because, yep. Anyways, thank you all for joining. You can see my Streamlabs thing going. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I hope everyone has a great night.